three, let's go.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Jace with Jace, the tabletop interview review show for the Adventures in Athoria, brought to you by the Black Tower Stories. I'm your host Jace, and with me today, introducing now a wandering wizard who's traveled the land bartering his word to get to know the local scene, displaying a show for a woeful teen, recruiting them with the hope of magic, leaning into their past to cope with the tragic, gathering spells to piss off the dungeon master, cast them on allies to make them somewhat faster. He retired his spells that pair well with a pillow, a magician so swell. Here now is Kilmo.
Hey.
Yo! What is up, Kilmo?
Not much. Glad to be back.
So you wandered in on the TV. You're supposed to be on like 2 weeks ago, you jerk.
Technically, I was supposed to be on last week. The week before, I was a stand-in if the power didn't come back on.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, that was it. But your intro has been written since it's like 2 weeks ago. So a bit easier for Thursday for me because I didn't have to worry about writing one up. So
yeah.
I had it prepared. But thank you, Kilmo, for coming in. Today's special is Enchanted Soup. There's a 4-day wait for it, though. So that's how long it takes to enchant things.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Welcome. We got the chat going. No questions in for the chat so far, but I've got a whole slew of them prepared for you because you're Kilmo. I gotta ask you some dumbass questions. But first of all, the most important thing is how dare you pick fries over tots when you went to Sonic? You monster. I am sick of tater tots, my ass. Alabama has ruined you. No longer allowed in the state. This state. Sicko.
Well, there you go.
Ew. Oh, gross, Eric. Get out of here. Ew, tots. Eric has the worst choice in food, so we can't take his opinion on anything.
You're not wrong.
Mr. Chicken Tendies from everywhere he goes. Person who gets a smorgasbord of different types of food from the local cafe and eats one spoonful of it, and that's it.
Yep.
Fake Cajun ass. But I have some questions set up. Thank you, Eric, for showing up at the last second. You missed the intro, probably, but I'm not going to say it again. On to my first question I prepared for you. It's a bit of an issue that's come up in the party now that Bevo has temporarily stepped away and Gorbeck has now traveled on to the wild green yonder where the goblins go to the farm and we never see for them again. I don't know. There's the chat. I was on with 2 to 3 to go. 2 or 3 seconds? I don't know. You didn't say anything in the chat, so we don't know that. But with Bevo currently gone, if he were to rejoin with a different character, what class/race combination do you think he would be, or could be, or should be, depending on what you think the party needs? This also goes into another question I have: is what class would help the party the most?
As for race, I don't know. I doubt he's gonna pick a normal race. He will probably go with something crazy.
Kobold.
As for the class, I already know where he's going because I've already talked to him about this.
Y'all secret
So
bastards.
I can't really give you
Okay. Let me try to coerce some information out of you for, this is a very exclusive show full of exclusivity. What? Because we don't know what class he is, what class do you think the party needs, though? Whether he picked it or not, you don't have to tell us, but what do you think the party needs?
I think we need another melee. That's about as far as I'll go. Whether it's paladin, fighter, or something of that nature, I don't think it really matters. But we need another up front and close and personal. Because right now we have mostly ranged and an in-between and one melee.
That's me.
Yep.
And Arthur. Arthur's a melee.
Yes, but Arthur's also getting levels of druid, which comes with ranged.
Nah.
So it's a little bit of in between.
I need to wrestle a bear. That bear is Arthur in a bear form.
A bear wrestling a bear? How about that?
Yeah, I'm not a bear. Wait. Circle of Moon Druid, that's all melee. Well, yeah, but Circle of the Moon means just... Druid means melee, too, because wild shape.
Yeah.
What was it? Circle of the Land is the quote-unquote caster of the Druids, but they're all casters. They're full casters, the D8 hits die. Okay. I would like to see a cleric in the party. I'd rather it be me, but whatever.
Well, just go levels of cleric.
I don't have the wisdom for it. I had to deliberately not give myself prerequisites for classes, or else I will multi-class any chance I get.
Warlock or cleric?
Like, how can I get a warlock in here? Like, maybe bend that charisma requirement. Sell my soul, just.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you talk to Eric, he might let you. He let me change classes at level 3.
Sean is a wizard. Like, when Sean wants to be a wizard. It's like, how do you do that? Drop your intelligence and drop your charisma so you can't multi-class in the class you always pick. That's how you do it. That's what Sean, that's what Ari and I did, is we dropped our multi-class stat.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do another question. 'Cause, I think Eric was on their comments. It's like he's gonna be a Kenku Bard. It's like, man, you thought Goblin Bard was restrictive, like Kenku Bard. Okay, will Kaelum start doing some crazy shenanigans to cope with the lack of Gorbek?
Uh, I don't know for sure. At this point, Caleb is still in the stages of what the fuck, because Gorbek just left.
Years of the academy wasted.
And as for what he's doing right now, he doesn't really know. It's very possible that he will get more involved in other people's shenanigans, but I think he would have to first get over the fact that he left, and it's going to be some interesting sending spells when things calm down, because yeah, that's going to happen. He knows sending now.
It's like, Gorbek, where the fuck are you? Dark and it's wet. I don't know where I am.
Yep.
Did you die? I don't know. I'll do plenty of crazy stuff. The second that Gorbek wasn't in the party, though, I immediately started doing crazy shit because I crave crazy. So now I'm gonna start doing it. Mine's more methodical and thought out, though, than I'm gonna just start randomly doing something that could potentially get you arrested.
Though, like, the last thing that he did wasn't really crazy at all. Like, we went to go sell a gem and it caused a whole bunch of mess.
Right.
That was crazy. Everything leading up to that.
The last thing he did. The last thing he did was try to play a loud instrument in an echoing tunnel.
That's fair. I will give you that.
And then before that, the reason we were in that tunnel was because he tried to sell a gem and tell people he blatantly took it. That was the other mistake. I still don't blame him for taking it, because I already said I 100% was going to take a bunch of shit, but he did it first, so I was like, alright, let's let him do it.
Yeah.
Gorbek was scratching the itch for me for like every time something crazy happens. Like, good, I don't have to do it now.
Next.
Next question. Out of the Eric's 2 truth, 1 lie, which do you think is which, and is still viable considering there's been some party changes? Being followed, party member wishes ill will towards the party, or a party member is affiliated with a BBEG?
I think the lie is a party member wishes one of us ill. I can almost guarantee that we're almost always being followed in Eric's game. And I think that having a connection with a BBEG is very loose. Like,
I mean, who doesn't have a massive backstory with potential evil involved with it?
Because it could be just somebody that you knew from your backstory just so happened to do something and they started becoming a BBEG.
I mean, I'm a Zella. Ain't no telling who's evil there. Like, we made a lot of enemies.
I think every single time a Zella has been like,
stick our head too far out of the hole. It's like, oh fuck, we pissed somebody off. What did we do this time? We saw a shadow.
The BBEG of the last game was like your deity's like arch nemesis.
No, they were not even arch nemesis. They were buddies. It was a dual deity system. They were like compadres.
Yes, but then they became enemies through corruption.
Bad luck.
So, like, yes, it was things like that happened.
I wonder if we pissed off that hag that initially did it, and then they're been after me. I don't know. Things happen. That sounded like a big BEG to me. Can corrupt a god.
Yeah, but like, heck, it could be the one person you pissed off in the previous city, because that was like the episode right after was the one that he was on.
Yeah, we're not in that city right now. I ain't too worried about some NPC I ran into in the city. What the fuck they gotta do? Ruin my credit score? Ooh. I don't pay
But
taxes.
yeah, I think that's just too loose of a term to not be true.
And I agree, we're always being followed.
Yeah.
Usually, I typically get attacked, so I assume we're always being followed.
Yeah. My one caveat was that we are being led somewhere, so we're not really being followed. But that's that's twisting of the words.
Brittany is like, because Mizek's a BBEG and we all technically have a connection to him. And
Yeah.
Tater hose in with, oops, I'm a shadow. 6 more weeks of, oh, fuck. 6 more generations of, fuck. It's fine. It's every character I've made.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. It just happens. I make poor decisions. Probably because I keep fucking around with people.
Yeah.
I'll do another question here. What is a monster you don't want to face?
I actually have a tie between two monsters that I don't want to face.
Is it a beholder?
One of them is.
Hey! And the other is a Catapeplis.
No, it's an Elder Brain.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I made you fight one of those before. It depends on who's running the Elder Brain, I figure. How difficult it is.
Because Elder Brains are no fucking joke. And freaking Beholders, they are very widely known for a reason.
I'll fight a beholder. I ain't afraid of them. As long as they
I'll fight one.
dumb enough to get close enough to me.
I'll fight it, but it's not going to be pretty.
Just throw rocks at it. Stay right in front of it. Throw rocks at it.
I'll fight it when I hit 15th level.
We're way past its CR, yeah.
No, anti-magic zone. That's the only reason.
A beholder wouldn't care. Other than it's our race. It still floats because that's a natural ability, not magic.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't like them. They're very fun to fight, but Kaelum would not like fighting.
We haven't fought one before, though, in Eric's games yet, so I'm wondering when, we're totally ready for one of those eventually.
I have.
In, this campaigns type of setting?
No, not the past 2 campaigns, but I have fought one. I think it was in a one-shot that I ended up fighting one.
I haven't fought against a beholder.
It was not fun.
I've fought in anti-magic zones. That's been a thing, but I haven't fought
anywhere
else. We fought a whole anti-magic dungeon.
You made an entire campaign out of anti-magic.
Yeah, because magic is bullshit. Except for bards. Bards can have their magic because bard magic is crap.
Yeah, you had those pillars that block magic.
Anti-magic spires.
Yep.
Mostly because I do have the mechanics for combat work except for magic. So, yeah, fuck it. No magic.
Yeah.
Play something else. On to another question. Assuming that we get to fight a dragon at some point in this campaign, what do you think it will be? Like color
dragon?
Yeah, what color dragon? It could even be a good allied one. We piss off all kinds of people. Good as subjective.
I'm gonna say green. Green is one that is very, very common because of how intelligent they usually are.
I figure they're less common because of how smart they are. The white ones are usually pretty common. They're dumb.
What I want to face is a Draco Lich.
No. Play a campaign of a bunch of undead stuff. The one campaign I'm not playing a cleric.
Yeah. Well, that's what it would be.
I'll fight a green dragon. I'm resistant to poison.
I'm not. I would get fucked.
Oh, Cone of Death. Oh, great.
I am not looking forward to the first time we face a dragon because
your ass is gonna get AoE'd every time.
The dragon's breath, if I don't pass the save, will more than likely one-shot me.
That's because you're a wizard. That's why you gotta have absorb elements.
Yes, and that is something I'm planning on picking up pretty soon because we're getting to the point to where we're about to start facing more magical means rather than physical, and that's also why I looked for the spell Counterspell and
You
got
got a
it
hell of a
for
deal.
super cheap.
One hell of a deal. Like that you got that spell for. But for those who don't know, to make a third level scroll, it takes like 2 weeks to make it, and
Like 1,200.
it's like almost 1,000 gold to make one.
Yeah,
Like 700. I sent the chart to you as well as I sent it to Eric again. I based out the
yeah.
pricing for it. Like it's considerably expensive. Like there's a
I think I
reason.
got it for 300.
300. That's why I coughed. What the fuck? It's a consumable. It's like it's a consumable that takes a week to make.
But yeah, I plan on getting absorb elements and having that as my prepared. That way I can hopefully pass and then use absorb elements to where I can hopefully survive a dragon's breath.
Half. Absorb Elements is a great spell.
Oh, it's an amazing
Especially when you
spell.
remember you have it. If you don't remember you have it, you're like, fuck.
The thing
2
is,
turns
it's like
later.
it's a first level spell, and it gives you resistance on a reaction,
Yeah.
which is insane. So that in of itself is just something that needs to be considered.
Let's see. Oh, there's a dumb question on here. What kind of sandwich does Kaelum like?
Probably just regular ham and cheese because he's a very simple person.
You're a basic ass white man.
How? What part of my character gives you any indication that he's not?
I look like a hobo.
A hobo who's seriously considered the yellow hat.
Like,
He
Does
might
it-
go back and get it.
and I was gonna go buy the yellow hat just so I could have a cool yellow hat. Like, I like this hat. This is nice.
Yeah.
The gray one's ugly.
Honestly, Kaelum completely forgot. Well, actually, I completely forgot about the colors of his outfit.
They're like
Otherwise-
brown and green.
Because his previous outfit was very like browns and greens and very dull colors. So we went with gray. And then I'm like, and then as soon as Eric said something about his robes, I was like, fuck, that's right.
I knew that when I heard it. Was like, oh, okay. Get the gray one. It's like, that doesn't go with anything you're wearing. Get that aesthetic right, man.
So he'll probably go back and get the gray one, one of the other colors, probably yellow, just because.
That doesn't go with anything either. You look like a big flower.
Yeah, but then it is what it is.
You think you're getting attacked now. Wait until they have a giant yellow hat on.
Well, I'm always going to get attacked.
Yeah. But now you have now Eric could use it as a reason. Like, big yellow hat. Gonna have to attack it.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
On to another question. This one's very personal. And I want the right, true answer. Who is your favorite party member?
My favorite party member?
Yeah.
Now that Gorbek is gone, I'm assuming this is why I'm getting this question.
Yes. Mizek. Fuck. Can't compete with him.
Honestly, Arthur.
Damn.
It's very close between Arthur and Izal, but Arthur currently is more.
Is it because he can cast spells?
No, it's because when he asks about spells, he is actually interested. So, yeah.
Question.
Apparently, Tater's pissed.
No, he's been out for a while. Bevo's taking a break, and Gorbek stepped away again, and we still completed the quest because we don't take orders from a goblin. I'm stubborn, and I'm like, fuck this, we're already here. I'm
We were
turning back.
literally on our way there.
You guys should turn back. No. Why? Why would we turn back? On Dietus? Diet. I don't know. Is Dietus just like hiatus?
I think it was hiatus, but he gave Corbeck diabetes.
That's like diabetes hiatus.
Diabetes.
He diet us. He's got diabetes. So he's got to get that taken care of. He probably should quit eating so many rocks. He's probably gonna have diabetes after that. Lost about 1,250 pounds. That's the party. that's the weight of the party.
Yeah.
He died? Is he dieting in your arms tonight?
Oh my god, that was
Bad.
That was good.
Yeah, it was
That
pretty
was
bad.
good.
Okay, on to the next question. I'm running out of questions. You're burning through these, and you're doing good, I guess. You're not giving the proper answers of making me feel better about myself. But if you had to make Kilmo in 5th edition, old school, we're talking classic Kilmo, not you Kilmo, because if you're just you, it's human
Yeah.
person. What would he be? Class, race, all that. Subclass.
Oh,
Intelligence score.
Well, his intelligence score was an 8 and will always be an 8.
I think I should be lower.
No. Come on. He's gaining the ability to read. That's enough.
I didn't do enough mountains. You'll lose that ability.
Well, no, he'd still be a half orc, but I think he would probably be between two. The Zealot or the Ancestral Guardian.
Both quality picks.
Um,
As someone who plays a zealot.
yes. Zealot, because of the fact that he will never die.
I won't stay
He's
dead.
Okay, that's fair. He died many times, but he never stays dead.
Resilient asshole.
And he's a big old bumbling idiot. And I've always wanted to play another Hilda, but problem is that you never know, like, if the character you have will be able to be played through the entire campaign, and I would want to do that.
Hey, I'm basically replaying Axel right now, so.
Yeah. I really wanted to play a wizard this time because the previous wizard I played, it was while I was on the road a lot, so I skipped like 2 or 3 sessions, came back for a session, skipped 2 or 3 sessions, came back for a session, so I really didn't get to play very much. It was also in Curse of Strahd. So there's nothing you can really do as a wizard.
Kind of stuck in the framework of the campaign setting.
And like the basis of the actual campaign, like you have no ability to gain spells throughout the entire thing. So you're basically just stuck with the 2 spells you get for level, which is very frustrating.
Make them good picks.
Yeah, that's why you pick Sunbeam in a Curse of Strahd campaign.
Which doesn't count as actual sunlight. Despite what the spell says. We think what the sun would be, and same thing with daylight does not count as actual sunlight. Like,
Yeah.
what's the fucking point of these spells?
I also had a simulacrum because there was one of the like sections in the story that actually gave you the exact reagents for simulacrum, and I was looking through my stuff. I was like, simulacrum. I think it was like 1,500 worth of ruby dust or whatever. And I'm like, I just got that. So,
Neat. And then we got lots of snow.
so that's what.
We got
That
all
was fun.
this ruby dust and 24 hours to kill.
Yep, because both of them cast Sunbeam, and that fight was done.
Fuck.
Uh, but yeah, as for levels, he'd probably go 20 levels of Barbarian the entire way.
Just 20 barbarian. Yeah.
I know in third edition, when there was epic levels, you could go 40. He was 30 and then 10 in fighter.
Axel's 23 and 17.
Yeah, just so you can get 9th level spells.
Yes, I could be the best crafter in the world. I didn't cast any 9th level spells. I just needed the high level magic.
Yeah. If you could, what 9th level cleric spell would you pick?
As Axel,
Yeah.
just to fucking flex on people, it would be invulnerability. Just cast that. Just run up like bare hand, punch something that could possibly kill you. You're like, you can't hurt me.
How long does it last? Like an hour?
10 minutes. It's a 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Still, they just beat the crap out of somebody for 10 minutes.
I would pick the spell that has no save, that removes your attachment to your deity.
Oh, that was a desecrate, I believe.
Yeah.
That was an old school spell.
And like use that against any like caster, divine caster, and then they're screwed.
Well, we don't really do anything for Axel. It's like, oh no. Anyway,
Time for me to hit you a lot.
I'm just gonna be real violent. That's our only option. The punch giant, get picked up.
What spell would Kelder pick?
Kelder liked pretty much every spell. Like True Resurrection was always a big bonus. In fact, fairly expensive though. Kelder never had any money. But like he automatically got like True Resurrection. He didn't automatically get it, but that's one he would probably pick, despite it not being really any better than Resurrection. That's more of bring your family back or something. Or there's also like Gate. Gate's always good.
Yeah.
Big fan of Gate.
Gate is really good.
True Polymorph would be cool, but I mean, hey, would have no idea how to really use it. He turned into a silver dragon. It's like, hey, look at me.
I had some talks with Eric about when we got to that like 17th level area of having Kelder true resurrect the old king.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. I think we talked about it briefly too. It's like,
Yeah.
faster back.
But
But you need a true resurrected. You can just use resurrection. You ain't been dead for that long.
well, yeah. Well, I think it was when you hit like
I had
13th,
resurrection.
seventh level spells, and I thought about having you do that. But the problem that I ran into, like personally, was Grice has already become king at this point, and he has been ruling the kingdom. And then we just bring his dad back like a year later, and everything just gets thrown into imbalance. Would he become king again? Would he just become Grice's advisor? What?
He could retire and go do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, but that was something I had talked with you about early on, but never.
Hey, I could bring
Circle
all
back
kinds
to-
of people back. It's just,
Yep.
there's kind of a balance to the whole thing.
Yeah,
Egan spot.
that's fair. Although, didn't Omlik do that?
Yeah, you had the sword. You had
Actually,
him
he gave it.
with-
He gave it up before he went back,
Yeah.
because he was not a
good person.
vengeance. He was not like a paladin of like.
Conquest.
Yeah, he wasn't like conquest at all. He was. He showed mercy, especially considering.
Mercy my foot. You killed every
Near
person
the end,
you had a chance to. You
No.
punched people to intimidate them with smites.
yes, and I did the same exact thing Nock did, but it was two different level characters that I did it against, and
Well, Nock
Nox
doesn't care if he
didn't do
kills
anything.
Nock doesn't care if he kills anybody. That's the difference there.
The means justify the ends justify the means.
We got arrested like twice.
Yeah,
And I
that
didn't
happened.
do any. Well, I did something the second time, but I was mostly just irritated.
Olmec made his own path. It was full of rocks and
Oath of the
Shit.
I don't give a fuck. I wonder what Eldridgian's doing right now.
I don't know.
He better not miss my birthday. I'd be really upset with him.
You're dead. You don't care.
No, he's Oz.
Wow.
I don't give a shit if I'm all the way down here. He better come visit.
You even know Izal's birthday?
I do. Shouldn't squint at me. You don't need to know it. I know how old she is too.
I don't even know. I don't know Kaelum's birthday. I guess I will by the next
Easiest
session.
way of doing it is like, what season were you born in? It's a good way of starting.
Yeah.
I was born in Mordoon. It's fucking cold. Blood type. Holy. Is that blood type? Blood type H. Positive H. Well, that sounds like HIV positive, so no, don't do that one.
Positive. Boiling.
D.
Well, blood type boiling.
Divine. Radiant. Radiant is boiling, right?
Close enough.
Boiling with rage. And diabetes. On to another question. One of the final two I've set up. But this one is, out of all the quests that we have looked into, what do you think is the most dangerous? And why is it the missing wedding ring?
I don't think it's the wedding ring. And what is the other two quests?
Mutilated cattle and the crime people. The other group of was it Shadow? Phantom Hand?
I
Phantom
think it's
Hand.
the Phantom Hand.
Yeah.
I may be proven wrong, but it's probably the Phantom Hand.
It'd be the most dangerous quest.
Yes, because I think it's a connected establishment rather than just an individual. And I think that can pose bigger issues.
What if
But,
like the
you don't know.
mutilated cattle is like a cult thing though?
Yes, but
You can't let
to be
anyone
fair,
else.
cults in the last,
You can't let anyone else be getting in on your territory of cult, man. You and your hedge wizards, all we got room for.
to be fair,
To be fair.
Eric has some fucked up cults.
He doesn't know shit about fucked up. He mutilated the body and tortured it. Like, yeah. But at least they have all the limbs in the right places. What if
Yeah.
they re-embowel you after they disembowel you?
Um,
Stuff you full of all kinds of new bowels.
I forget which campaign it was. I think it was the campaign that my ranger was in.
You played a ranger?
Yes.
Gross.
Ranger Rogue.
It's a terrible name. Mine's Ranger Rick.
In that campaign, he had some cultists that were sadistic.
Well, I feel like a nice cult. Like one's like, we're just here to sell cookies. So I want the Girl Scouts of America, but like a cult, where they just sell addictive cookies, but at a decent price, and they help like struggling orphans.
Is that just a hedge?
I don't know. Do you sell cookies? Where are my Thin Mints, man? Fuck you, Caleb. Is it in the hat? Let me see your hat. I'll put it in my bag of colding.
I really want cold cookies.
I like cold Thin Mints are great. Screw you.
Okay, Thin Mints, that's fair.
They're like the best ones called. I like Samoas. I'm one of those weird people. I like Samoas. Even the coconut's not great, but they're like the only thing I like coconut with.
Yeah. I can't stand cookies.
Oh, question for both. We have a question, which is good because that last one I had was my last question that I prepared. I had all 9 of them. What do you feel is the dynamic your characters bring to the party? I'm like, other than Caleb, the only religious person. And Caleb's more like a book religion.
Yeah.
But like religion doesn't really come up, so I don't really say anything.
Although Uzal has more like is the only other one that has really brought nature into anything out of all of us as well, which is besides the new thing coming up.
That's part of religion, though.
Yeah, well, yes, but like Arthur didn't do any of it until recently.
Until a druid showed up. But, shit.
But dynamic.
I feel like I've become the kind of a mother of the party, despite just being a giant melee person.
I've tried to be like the coach of sorts, the one that tries to help you along, tries to bring you up to what you can be. But given the recent events and a party member leaving, pretty sure he will be backing down within that because he feels that he failed.
Well, you kind of told him to do the same thing over and over again. It wasn't working. Oh, we've got a long question. I'm not really sure how to answer the dynamic question though. Like, what's the party dynamic is a phrase that you hear, but like, what does that even mean?
Mechanically, I have the battlefield control, but like in terms of like interactions, I don't really know if he has one at this point.
I think my dynamic towards the party is protective, which is why I feel like I got like the mother feel to it, despite like not ever thinking of it. But like, I don't want anyone to go and do something stupid. I'll let that be me. Gorbek went ahead and did that anyway, but like, if I could have stopped Gorbek from doing them when I thought they were outrageous, I would have, which I did do. Yeah. No. Ah, look the
heads the rope.
Cool sword.
Yeah, I see that sword.
It's a smoking hazard. Hard to say with that academic. That's a good question, though. That's a good question to ask everybody else. Like, I don't really know how to answer it, though, because how to infer what dynamic would mean in the situation.
Yeah.
I like it. Good question. On to another question, because we're confused on how to answer things. We don't have to get in touch with our feelings. And Kaelum is clearly like the uncle who's got a lot of experiences and doesn't really. It's like he's an unsuccessful uncle, but he's had a lot of experience. Like you listen to him because like, oh, that's a good idea. It's like when someone gives you relationship advice, but they're single. Like, doesn't seem to be working for you. Well, clearly, I have more problems than that. So, question for Kaelum. Kaelum hasn't shared much about his personal life with the party. He waited a long time before coming clean about the book, even though that was really to one person. Never talks about his family, and is even stingy about talking about his hedge ring, circle, whatever, ovoid. Is Kaelum worried that the party may think, or is just a private person?
In terms of his pre- personal life, um, he
That's a good point.
really
We know
haven't.
we know more about Red than we do about Kaelum.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to his personal life, there isn't really a whole lot that he hasn't really told you guys in terms of before he got to the ring. Like he grew up at the ring, and he was taught from like the age of 8 at the ring. Um, in terms of the book, uh, like I said before, like he had previously thought about talking to people until magic came up in the party, and nobody in the party even understood the basic mechanics of cantrips.
Sir,
So
I understand cantrips. I just don't know how to. I don't know how to do the magic.
yes, but the thought of explaining that there's a sentient book teaching Kaelum about magic, and we're having active conversations on almost a daily basis. It's daunting trying to figure out how to explain it, because the only person that probably wouldn't ask questions would be Red. That's because he just wouldn't care.
This is like there's two shits about you. Like, oh, it's fascinating.
Um,
I have no idea what that means.
Izal and Arthur would both question him into oblivion about the basics of it. And uh, Gander would probably just shit himself when he finds out that there's a sentient book.
I think he would be like, "Oh, there's a book talk to you. Clearly, you're crazy and you're
Yeah,
insane. So I'm not going to value anything you say anymore because you listen to an inanimate object." He's also heard of voices in head is not something new to Izal or hearing about it. Like, either I think you're being possessed by something, or a demon's involved, or a god's involved. It's like, as long as you don't do anything completely batshit crazy, we're in good. But now you're on the watch list.
yeah. And that's why I think the next person that will be told is Izal. Also because Gorbek already told Izal that he's talking to a book.
And when they said that Gorbek had like dark eyes and was doing like demonic shit, it's like, well, that sounds like possession to me. So
But then how did the party react to that? Every
I immediately became suspicious about him.
That's the thing.
It's like make
And
sure
that's
he's being kept track of.
and that's another reason why the book was held close to the vest. Again,
Thought you were a hedge wizard. That's why.
and then
I don't.
as for my like previous lives, that will come out pretty soon, probably.
Eh. We don't talk about. It seems to me that like Caleb's backstory is pretty boring.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Well,
plain. There's not a lot of excitement in
it's
there. Like,
very it was very bare bones in terms of he grew up in a hedge, and he's doing what he wanted to do. He wanted to become a wizard.
everything's working out fine for Caleb. On to another question that came out. Question for both: is there anything about your backstory that you would rather that you'd have changed now that we are 33 sessions in? I haven't even really done much with my backstory because it doesn't come up. Not an issue. Until like demons or like gods start showing up. It's like, how is this related to me? This is some bullshit. Like, my backstory is fleshed out. I know exactly what my backstory and stuff is, so I don't have to change anything. Caleb, you're just a boring wizard.
You think that?
Nah, you seem pretty boring to me.
Eh. Well, Honestly, I probably wouldn't change much. It would probably be more the fact that I probably would have expressed more about the book before now. That's not really changing the backstory, but changing the dynamic of what your backstory is. So I would probably have been more open about it from the beginning.
You could come up with a cool catchphrase. I have Izal Zella, the Zella of Zella. You could come up with something cool.
I could, but I would actually have to be smart for that.
Question for both. This is a safe space. Who do you enjoy seeing on Adjacent with Jace most? Who do you think you get the most insight when they are on? I like when Eric is on. I like when Ari is on, and I like when Stu is. Like my top three. I like because about everyone here, it's a different dynamic because everyone brings something different. Some are more exciting. Some you ask different questions. But like Eric is fun because you ask things about the campaign or about like mechanics in the game. RA is very role play intensive and exciting. It brings a different aspect, and then Rab just has a completely fresh look at the game itself. So every question's on the table for him.
Yeah.
Kaelum, we talk too much outside of this, so I have nothing to talk to you about.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I enjoy watching Ari the most.
So exciting.
Y'all have a very good dynamic when it comes to this type of platform.
Environment.
Yes, and every episode is great.
Solid 6 views. It's high numbers for us.
I think you actually got a comment on one of your YouTube videos.
I should probably read those since I'm the only one who goes on the YouTube account. A question coming in again. Question for Kaelum. With Gorbek gone for now, the Milton emoji makes me sad. What kind of emoji you want to see for Kaelum?
Either the sleep emoji or an unconscious emoji, because that's what happens to him a lot.
Sleeping Wizard?
Yeah.
That's good. I like Sleeping Wizard. That's a good one.
What would you choose?
For Kaelum?
No, for you.
I have one. It's the Rage one. I like mine. You want to see it? I'll put it in the chat right now. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not yours. That's freaking Gander.
No, that's Rage. That's a thing of Izal.
Oh, gotcha.
The Gander one is also angry. There's a lot of angry people. Arts is the white ash staff. Yeah. Another question. Question for Jace. Do you ever think you will step out of your comfort zone and play something other than a Zella? If this character dies somehow, probably through backhanded means by the dungeon master, the next character is not a Zella. I just like playing Zella. If you have a long family history of things you can play off of, I play them. And I play things that aren't dwarves in other campaigns. It's just, this campaign's fun to play as a Zella if you have the opportunity.
I think the bane of your existence will be, well, actually, the bane of the party's existence will be mind control effects on Izal.
That sounds like you guys' problem. Won't be my problem. I'll be fine. Luckily, like the Zealot Barbarian at high enough level gets abilities to, like the Indomitable ability of the fighter. It gets something that's like that to help with those kinds of situations. Will it work? Probably not. Mind control the Barbarian. I'll take out the party.
I get resistance to all spells.
You have bad saves. Final question I have set up for you. 2 truths, 1 lie. You knew about this beforehand, so you better wrote something good.
Nope, never.
Just terrible all across the board.
All right.
I suppose I should make more 2 truths, 1 lie for me, because I only did one at the very beginning.
Yes, you should.
Maybe next time.
I'm
already making a white ash staff whap. parody that I need to work on. Wop.
So, for two truths, one lie. The mythal that was at the Elven Ruins was not the first mythal that he has seen.
Okay.
He is not a damage wizard because of past event that has caused him to veer heavily away from damage.
Okay.
And this is not his first adventuring party.
Do we count the circus as an adventuring party?
I was not a part of the circus.
Okay. Okay. Those are pretty good. So one of those is a lie. The other
Yes.
two are true. I'm going to go on a limb and say the mythal one isn't true. I think that's a lie. Just based off of things you said in character and game, I'm going to say mythal probably not true. Unless you're counting books. Because then you could have seen one. Eric's like, I know which one it is. Well, if you change your
Because you know my backstory.
So I don't think we're your first adventuring party. And I think you have a tragic event that happened with that adventuring party that causes you to not do damage. You killed your adventuring party. You put them to sleep while they were underwater. Drowned to death. That's why they call you the wet wizard. Sleeping in the deep. Now, Gorbek killed. Well, we know Gorbek killed like his entire village. He got possessed, probably, is what we're all. I think we all were thinking of that one. I guess I'll think of a two truths, one lie for me next time, and I'll say it. But I'll make whoever's the guest as well.
Yeah.
If they haven't done a second dose of it, then they'll do it. On to the final question for you. Well, second to final one. Who is the top of your Deadpool? Can't vote for yourself. Can't vote for Gorbek. Gorbek's dead to us now. Arthur. Any particular reason other than the fact that he's a monk and a healer, and those are two very dangerous things to be in Eric's campaign?
That is the reason, and the fact that I think his wild shapes will make him want to be more heavily in melee, and that will get him surrounded, like you saw. But I think it will turn out differently.
I'm usually pretty fine. That's all part of the strategy. I don't want to run to find somebody to hit. I want them to be within range of me.
Yeah.
Just need 2,000 gold to get that weapon of returning. Yeah. Not a lot of Deadpool votes for Arthur. Druids are good tanks. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got a bot in the chat at the very end. But let's get a D percentile from you, Kilmo, so we can find out how crazy this finally gets at the end of this session here.
Let's see what I got. 39.
39. You regain 2 D10 hit points. That's like half a Kaelum.
That is half a Kaelum.
All right. You roll me 2d10. Woohoo.
9 hit points.
9. Yeah, like a quarter of your health. Right there.
Yep.
What is your health at now? Is like 41?
It is 34.
Oh, God. Ooh. Gee, that's so low. I have like twice as many hit points as you.
Yeah, and I have a 14 constitution.
Yeah, your hit die's a D6 and mine is a 12, so I guess it would make sense that I have twice as many hit points as you.
Yeah, and you have an 18 constitution.
Hell yeah, that dwarven fortitude.
Thankfully, I roll, and my health is still above average.
Rolling this max numbers is why.
Well, it's also because we re-roll ones.
But yeah, percentage-wise, you're in good hands on there. There's a lot more numbers I could roll other than a 1.
Because I can only roll a 2 or 3 to get lower than the average.
I rolled a 3 the one time I rolled. It's like, nope. Never again.
Average from here on out.
I roll terrible. It's why Keldor didn't roll. It's why Wizard doesn't roll. Izal has to roll with advantage anytime. Although I will make a skill check with a negative modifier. I'm fearless. What's the worst that can happen? We fail? Cool, excitement. Let's go.
That's how good stories happen.
Although he's all sneaks, so we'll get that going for you. Anything you're excited for this coming up session on the 22nd of February?
I'm excited for the first roll of a 22.
So am I. Hopefully my stream deck's working. I can get that button to work. Because right now, I can do that manually, but I can't get the audio to play. So
yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing how... I'm curious as to what quest we're going to go next, because I don't know.
We got information about the bandits, and I thought we decided we're going to go check out them mutilated cattle.
I don't think Kaelum was a part of that quest.
No, we're just going to go, and you have to come with us.
That's fair.
Let's come check out some dead bodies.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I think it'll be interesting, because we have been in a lull at the moment.
And we thought finished with the quest. Get some money. And
Yes.
immediately spent that money.
Yeah.
No, well. I'm excited for it because I kind of want to hit something.
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to get combat again.
Whether it's an enemy or it's someone who works at the Adventuring Guild, I'm just excited for whatever I can tap a few times. Well, anyway, thank you all for coming. I really have to go. I hope you enjoyed this really crappy show. Like, follow, subscribe is what I'm supposed to say. But as always, see you next Tuesday. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, see you next.
Walking hand in hand on the ocean floor, down deep we wander. Louder we sing, no there is no cure.